Okay, so turn 4. This was a very interesting turn. I have taken 2 provinces. I'm recruiting my first mage, as well as continuing production of skin shifters. And let's look at our battles. So, in Mins, Fomoria is expanding, and this is just a regular expansion party. I think this is his starting army, actually. It does have a Firbolg champion, warriors, slingers. I believe that's Fomoria's starting army. And then we came in, after they had cleared the place, and we ruined them. Fomoria uses these Firbolg troops, these Firbolg warriors, and they're not bad, but they have, well, right at the moment they were injured from the fight, so a lot of them had injuries, and, potentially, I've forgotten what these are called, I've actually forgotten the word, but, like, afflictions, that's it. They have afflictions, some of them have injuries, and Firbolg warriors are just, like, they're basically human troops, so they're fine. Firbolg slingers are largely irrelevant against anyone with shields and or helmets, of which I have both. So they've got, you know, they've got these troops that are fine. They're higher quality than my Rusian warriors, but they're much, much lower quality than my skin shifters. My skin shifters attack very accurately, they hit super hard, they berserk, they regenerate, all that stuff. So, the Fomorian army gets absolutely wasted. They trade okay with my archers, with their slingers, since they have greater numbers, but my infantry completely destroys theirs, and then they rout. So I lose 3 guys, 2 hunters, 1 warrior, and they lose 12 guys, which is about half of their army, including their Firbolg champion, which means that army is also stranded where it had to retreat. I also took Amber Fields, wiped them out with the armor, no problem, only actually killed 4 people, the rest routed due to the fear. In terms of other expansions, Pangaea is expanding very cautiously, which is fine. Expanded into Gorillion, took the province, that's easy. Cloudcap Spires lost 1 Jotun warrior. So these are just kind of the basic Jotun infantry that I guess he's recruiting a lot of. In a Bear Tribe province, and then in Senefe, the Ormer went back out and conquered this Hoplite province. So now he has access to Hoplites if he wants to build them and can gather the resources, which is a step up from Neefel troops, that's for sure. And in Buggerwold, we got Misfortune and Magic. Now, we already had Misfortune scales, so that doesn't matter much, and the Magic is perfectly nice. So, here's the interesting thing, right? So we've got this kind of central area. Machaka is right here. They're kind of encroaching on our area a little bit, which I don't want. I mean, our guaranteed area is like this, these 6 or 8 provinces there. But still, I would really like it if Pangaea would kind of, you know, cut them off here, take Black Alps for sure, which I believe is his plan. And just make sure that Machaka doesn't kind of get in our stees, as it were. This province also we would like to take, I mean, basically we would like to control Machaka and, like keep Machaka as limited as possible on this side, and make them have to expand in this direction. Now, probably this province we may not be able to keep, because it's literally in Machaka's cap circle, but I would kind of be tempted to go for it, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not sure what I would do. Definitely this province has to belong to Pangaea, and so do, of course, these ones. That one has to belong to Niefelheim. On my side of the table, we've got Yomi right here. Yomi seems to have a fairly significant army of Bakemonosho and Freespawn Kooni and Akaoni in their capital. So that's a reasonable number of troops. I think they're massing that up to go. They may be massing it up to go to Wise Spring Grove, or I'm not sure where else. They might be trying to take this throne as well. Yomi being right next to one of the thrones that is an obvious early target, and since I just bounced with a Niflheimish expansion party, and Niefelheim is on their team, if I recall correctly, which I think I do. Yeah, so Yomi is the biggest, blackest rock, and they've got Lanka, and yes, be thankful it's not on a plane. So that's obviously a snake joke. Snake's on a plane. So it's some kind of monster, but we haven't actually seen Yomi's god yet. There doesn't seem to be a god in this province, which makes me wonder, which has made our team wonder, rather, if they might have gone dormant or imprisoned. That would be a huge gamble in a Disciples game like this, but they might have done it. Haerdalas is not shy about making huge gambles. So in any case, since we've destroyed or badly damaged a Fomorian expansion party, putting them behind, and since we're pushing on their territory pretty effectively, I think at this point that our strategy is going to be to like attack Yomi very quickly and try to knock them out of the game. I have my 3rd expansion party right here. Chud Skin Shifters, 1 random Chud Warrior, and one Rusian warrior kind of mixed in with them. They've got decent morale. They'll be alright. I've got Gavril here, blessing them, and then they will attack. And they're going in to take out these Lion Tribe, and then we'll see. They'll probably double back, take this province, and head in this direction. Kind of clear out a few provinces over here. Maybe grab that one, then double back down to Raphabolia. And then swing around in some kind of way. They may end up going down towards Yomi, not sure. But we're planning to attack Yomi in like 5 or 6 turns, all told. Which is fast. A turn 9 rush, that's fast. But I think we can carry it off. We have the bless, we have the technology, we're strong, independent nations who don't need no Yomi in our lives. So, in order to facilitate that, Put You on Ice is once again daringly leaving Dominion to hit the Mercs. It's just monkeys. They're not dangerous to him with his high prot and regeneration, so he'll wipe them out just fine. Meanwhile, Casimir and Pavel are heading south through this deer tribe. That might be a little risky. I don't have that many infantry, and it says there are 50 of them, so they might overwhelm me with numbers, but I hope not. That province is going to be a bitch to take. I'm going to hope I can spread Dominion into it and hit it with both of these expansion parties. Capture that. The goal of this is more or less to cut Fomoria, which is probably up right around here-ish, to cut Fomoria off from Yomi, and try to isolate Yomi and have them kind of be forced to fight both me and Pangaea, so that we can crush them quickly. And then I'll just sort of take over this northern portion. Pangaea takes over 6P, takes over this portion. Probably Pangaea gets the capital, I'm not sure. And then I'll be fighting Fomoria at that point, essentially alone. But if we can manage to take Yomi off the field, I think I can take Fomoria, because not much is less pleasant to giants than this shit, than a size 2, 26 damage berserker dude just absolutely chopping at their knees. That's very, very dangerous to giants. And then of course they kill the guy and he turns into a fucking bear, so, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we have Pangaean flying scouts, harpies hopping all over the place. We got one here. We're getting more to head up in this direction and also to dive bomb into different provinces to see what the defenses are. I don't know what his expansion plan is. I would hope that he would take those white centaurs and just clear Glanis. That would be ideal. Because he needs to step up his expansion game. I mean, Nasajin, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I'm just saying, like, the cautious kind of expansion is fine, but we need to accelerate in order to secure our land and prepare for the war. Niefelheim, Nasajin is expanding at a decent clip now. He's got the Jotun warriors out. He's got Ice to meet you. He's got a Gigya out sight searching. He's got some long dead and heavy infantry, and this is the Conjurer province, so that's going to be a little bit of a bear. But he's taking that out. He can take that out pretty easily. These guys can probably take these. Well, he might not be able to take those bear tribe. They can definitely take these heavy infantry and slingers, though. So he can grab those. He can grab that. Hopefully he can grab the Amazons pretty soon. And, yeah, we'll be in pretty decent shape. Unfortunately, since it's summer and Dominion is spreading slowly, Niefelheim is still neutral temp. So he's having problems. His income is low. He's not, I mean, all our income is low, but he's not able to recruit any Neefel giants. It's a bad scene for him, dude. I'm sorry. Rip Nasajin. Alright, that's the turn. I'll see y'all in turn 5. We'll see how it goes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, turn 5. Expansion went very well. 3 victories, no real casualties, although in Sitha, a whole bunch of my skin shifters got diseased. This is a death scales province. Nobody was diseased going into the battle, but 4 people got diseased during the battle, which I personally find hilarious. Just the Lion Tribe shooting arrows at them just fucking diseased everybody, I guess. Which is really, really funny. That guy got an affliction. Here, what? Just go on a couple of rounds there. See, now that guy's diseased and has another affliction. Affliction there. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Badly injured in his first form, but nothing yet. Another affliction. So you go through this whole battle, right, and they just wipe everybody out, because Lion Tribe are not very impressive. Especially once these guys have turned into their werebear form, they're scary to basic light infantry like this. And then you go to the army, and yeah, there's 4 people with diseases. So there's a disease-giving site here. It does have death scales. It's probably a Well of Pestilence or something similar. This army doesn't want to expand over this way too hard, First, because that army is going to be kind of tough to take on, those Amazons, and because this is kind of Niefelheimish territory that they want. They want the Crystal Amazons and stuff. So I'm just going to duck south with this group. Hit Bandit Hills. I may go down and join my next expansion party out of Rus to hit Yellow Caves. Then those troops are going to swing in this direction because we are going to attack Fomoria. We're going to attack Fomoria and Yomi, actually. Pangaea is going to take over attacking Yomi. And I'm going to be going in on Fomoria because it kind of looks like Fomoria hasn't expanded. Like, they may just not be doing well. They're massing up a whole bunch of troops in their capital. And they've still got this army that I killed on turn 3 when we bumped in Mins. But I don't think they have a commander there. We've taken the Mercs, which was easy. We took Forest of Long Nights. I've moved these guys back a little bit so my priest doesn't get shot. But, yeah, at this point, the question just is, where do I go from here? I don't really want to take on a heavy cavalry province outside Dominion with just put you on ice. And we also have to consider that Yomi does appear to be moving out a whole bunch of goblins, possibly to counterattack into my territory. So, it's an interesting question of what put you on ice should do here. I could head down this way. If I hit these guys, if they stay there, or if they're coming up in this direction, and I meet them, I'll kill them. If I stay here and they're coming up here to attack me in Dominion, I'll kill them. If I move over here and they're going for Amber Fields, I'll also kill them. I just kind of have to guess where they're going. Because we haven't received any messages from this team. We're planning to attack them. We pretty much have to assume that they are cognizant of that, given what's happened up here. Fomoria is in a very bad way, and so hopefully we'll be able to take them out easily. But I'm moving out some scouts. I've got another scout here moving up towards Fomoria. I'm recruiting... I've got some Trude Skin Shifters. I'm recruiting some more, and a priest to lead them. And yeah, I've just kind of been trying to decide where Put You on Ice goes. He could go into... He doesn't have Dark Vision. He could go into the caverns, take those, and kind of flank Yomi a little bit. He could attack Paranda. I don't want to attack this province alone. So what I may do, actually, I think I'm going to join forces here a little bit. So we're going to have him just hold for 2 turns and then attack. Combat speed 10. These guys have combat speed 13. 10. Okay. So yeah, so the heavy cavalry will come in. I'm going to put these guys out front to absorb the lance charges. And then there'll be light cavalry throwing arrows at us, but that's not dangerous to Put You on Ice. So they'll gather up. I'll lose some of my numbers here, but I should hopefully get those back pretty quick. I mean, I'll gain Put You on Ice. And then, as I said, this group's going to come down here, hit that. Then we'll probably take Yellow Caves. And then the combined forces may begin to move over in this direction. We've done pretty decently on expansion. It's turn 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 provinces. Taken 2 more this coming turn, so we'll be 10 provinces on turn 6. That's not bad expansion. Fighting with Fomoria is going to slow us down some. I'd really like to take Golfalas, like, soon. Like, now soon. But I also want to keep the pressure on Fomoria, because it looks like they're off to a very bad start, and I'd like to keep them that way, if at all possible. But their god is going to wake up soon, and that's going to make rushing them very, very difficult. So, can't count on being able to actually take them out now. Yeah, Golfalas is a nice target, actually. I'll tell you what. We'll take that, and then Put You on Ice, maybe we'll head up in that direction. That's going to delay us if we join up there, though, because then we have to go through those barbarians, and that'll be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm going to move that guy back. Put You on Ice. I mean, Put You on Ice can probably take this by himself. It depends on exactly how many heavy cav there are. But instead, I'm just going to have him stay here. I'll have him sight search. But if this army of goblins tries to break through, he'll kill them. The only other option they have is to go stealthy. They could, of course, sneak through, but if they disappear, I'll know that they're sneaking somewhere. And I'll be able to respond to that. So yeah, we'll only take 1 province this turn. And then next turn, if I get Dominion in here, I'll definitely go in with Put You on Ice, because in Dominion, he's much tougher. I mean, he has 10% more regen. And then we'll take a couple provinces next turn. and be ready to go in against Fomoria around turn 9 or so. That's also when Pangaea is planning to be on Yomi's capital, so that should be a good time. Meanwhile, Niefelheim is doing better. Nasajin's getting his expansion going a little bit, making progress. Turn 5, 6 provinces, not too shabby. And found 2 Gardens of Bones, so he's making some extra death gems, so that's always good. We're working on getting a non-aggression pact with Machaka's team. It's Machaka, Agartha, and Berytos. And we've also encountered Arcoscephale. We don't know where the rest of their team is entirely. They do have Tir Na up here, so Vanheim must be either, if he's there and Arcoscephale is somewhere in this little region, then Vanheim must be either up this way or over this way. If they were over this way, I would think I would have seen them, but I mean, maybe they'll just pop up right here with a whole bunch of Vanheers, and we'll go, oh, fuck, there's the elves. We'll see, but I'll see you in turn 6. Alright, folks, turn 6 of Incoherence of the Pantokrators. Interesting little turn. Arcoscephale is, or Team Elf, rather, so Arcoscephale, Van, and TNN, is definitely doing what we thought they were doing. And we can see their bless here in Zox, where they bumped with an expansion party from Niefelheim. Poor Nasajin. He's only just now reached Cold 3, so he can only just now recruit Nephil Giants. But we get to see their bless, and it is the classic Elf bless. So they've got all the resistances, Shock, Fire, Cold. Defense skill +2, Barkskin, Twist Fate, and Blood Surge. Now, on Wind Riders / Wind Lords, this is enough to make them pretty scary. So we can look at this guy right here who got blessed. 23 prot, defense skill 19, Twist Fate, so they ignore the first successful hit against them. They've got the lance attack, they've got the hoof attack. When they go into Blood Surge, of course, their strength will increase, their attack will increase, and they'll be very dangerous. But that's not what the bless is primarily for. This bless is, of course, primarily for Vanheers. Vanheers out of this bless are horrifying, because their defense skill is already pretty high considering that they are dual-wielding Berserker infantry. They have Glamour, and Glamour plus Twist Fate makes it incredibly hard to kill them. They have the elemental resistances, so they are more difficult to one-shot with elemental evocations. And then they have the Bark Skin, which pushes their prot up above 20, and then they go Berserk, and that stacks with the Bark Skin, so that pushes their prot even higher. It makes Vanheers extremely hard to handle. And, of course, it makes Wind Riders relatively hard to handle, and it makes TNN's infantry sacreds also much more difficult than you would think. So they jumped in, they killed the Jotunhearst, they killed some warriors, they took the province. We're going to have to negotiate with them. We have made a non-aggression pact with Kris Lighthawk, Machaka, down here. We are... now, unfortunately, Fomoria did manage to scrape together the gold to recruit these war shamblers. So he's got them. He's got the mercenaries, the whatever they're called. So he has them for a few turns. That's going to hold us off. He's almost certainly going to get his god out without me being able to storm his capital. That's a shame. So I'm looking over here, I'm like, well, I don't want these guys pushing further into our territory. In fact, I would like it if we could take this province. Like, that would be ideal. I don't know if we can accomplish that, but like right now, Nasajin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he's on 7 provinces on turn 6, which is about the same as me, so not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I have 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of our expansions have been a little bit mediocre at the moment, but they should be taking off pretty quick. Like, this army can definitely expand northward, probably into that province, or maybe this one, maybe Raphabolia. This province can expand into any of these 3, to be honest. Should all be fine. I would probably take Boar Woods if he's pushing for Yomi. Speaking of Yomi, all of those goblins have either retreated or gone into stealth, so I'm not sure where they are right now. But anyway, so I don't think we're going to be able to rush Fomoria quite as hard as we were anticipating, which is okay. I'm going to actually bounce this army back, take this Hoburg province, Golfalas. They shouldn't have anything that will really threaten my Chud Skin Shifters. And you can see... Actually, let's check in on this army, because they were the diseased ones. Yeah, one of my guys has cured of his disease. This one has unfortunately gotten battle fright from his disease. This guy's just still slowly dying, as is this guy. But they're okay. They're basically fine. This poor Chud warrior has a never healing wound and battle fright, so he's in a bad way. But they'll be able to take out those 3 commanders in that Wasteland province. No trouble. And, yeah, so we're double expanding again this turn. put you on ice. I'm thinking about what I want to do with him. I could certainly move him down into Pranda. Like, that's fine. I don't want to take on this province right here because of the heavy cav. Without support. I've talked about that before. I'm not super comfortable with taking on a bunch of heavy cav with just him outside of Dominion. I don't know how many heavy cav there are. If it's like 4 or 5, I can absolutely take it. If it's 10, maybe not. All those lance hits will hurt, and I might rack up some afflictions in the process. So I'd rather, like, it's a good province. I'd like to have it. But it feels like a little bit of a gamble. And I don't know if I should take that gamble. Because I have the troops right now. Like, I can absolutely hold off Fomoria if they try to push on me. But I don't have a lot of priests. Re-recruiting, like, bringing back Put You on Ice would be a huge pain in the neck. I'm trying to get Conjuration, but of course my research is practically nothing, so it's taking a long time. Because I haven't been recruiting mages. Like, the first 6 turns, I've only recruited 1 mage. I'm recruiting a second this turn. A second Rusian wizard. Having a Thunder Priest wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. This Rusian wizard randomed some okay paths. He got the Earth random, which is fine. But, yeah, for the research, you need the Rusian wizards. Other options might be to recruit one of my cap-onlys, like the Son of Heaven is a good leader. The Daughter of the Sun is a good fire mage, and also actually a decent leader. +1 morale bonus. Son of Heaven has a +2 morale bonus, which is very, very solid. For a larger army as well. But I'm not going to recruit them just yet. If I was going to recruit an expensive mage, it would probably be a Thunder Priest. But right now I'm going to stick with the Rusian Wizards. Just because I can research with them. You know what? 30 enemy units, melee light cavalry. I don't see any heavy cavalry icons either. I'm going to go in. Fuck it. I'm just going to go. And since the heavy cavalry will charge, that should separate the heavy cavalry from the light cav and militia. If I'm down in the corner on hold and then attack. So that should be fine. Because I'll be able to deal with them, and then I'll be able to deal with the militia and the light cavalry. And the militia and the light cavalry won't really hurt me. Only the heavy cav will hurt me. And since I have regeneration and fear, should be able to tank my way through it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Helmshire. We're going to take that, so triple expanding. And we're moving up Posvidst with another 10 guys, 9 of which are Trud Skinshifters. He's going up to Minz. I've got my Scout and my Wizard moving up into Boggerwold, where they are going to start building a fort lab-temple combination. That will let me have another recruiting area. And then, if and as I can push Fomoria back, I can also start building in Forest of Long Nights. Now, one thing that I may want to do here is, although I don't want to do it right now because it will delay me, I want to do it this next turn, and I don't have the gold at the moment, is I can, as I mentioned, I can trade forests away to Pangaea. I mentioned this a couple turns ago. And have them build stuff in my forests, and then I can take them back. Because if we look, right now I have... Because I get cheap temples, so my temples cost 200, but Pangaea gets cheap labs in forests, so I can have, and temples as well. So I can have them build, I can have 6 build labs in forests for me, and then take them back. And similarly, I can build forts for him if he wants me to do that. And we have plenty of forests, so I fully intend to make pretty much all of the forests into fort locations so I can churn out Thunder Priests and stuff. I'd also like to have a fort in Minz. Because a fort in Minz... I can't recruit my special stuff here, but a fort in Minz would have high income and high recruitment points, especially for the early era. I'm doing it in Boggerwold just because it is a forest, so I can recruit Thunder Priests here, and I can recruit Bear Warriors here. And having low resources doesn't matter very much for that, because Bear Warriors cost almost no resources. So you always have that option. Like, if you don't have enough resources to recruit stuff, hey, recruit Skin Shifters or Bear Warriors. That'll be fine. So, yeah, we need to talk to Arcoscephale and see what's going on with them. And then we need to keep kind of pressing on this side and hopefully putting Fomoria under serious pressure. But that will come in turn 7. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Okay, turn 7. This was an interesting turn. As you can see here, Arcoscephale has pushed kind of awkwardly into our territory. We had a little bit of a diplomatic face-off about that. Slightly acrimonious, not bad. I found out, I confirmed, his capital is right here in 146. And so, eventually, we agreed to swap 103 for 121. That's actually a more valuable province, probably. I don't know what, like, the income and stuff for this province are, but probably not as good as 121. That said, it's a swap I'm willing to make. Just geographically, that's more comfortable. It's not much more comfortable, but a little bit. It at least means that if he wants to try the flying deep strike thing on us, he has to coordinate from different places, and he doesn't have an easy run to kind of crack us in half along this river. So that's nice. So yeah, he's going to be swapping over there, so I'm moving everybody out. I'm moving these guys up here to Numicria to take it. These provinces we still need to finalize. Nasajin bounced a whole bunch more guys off the Conjurers in this province. They got to be left, dude. There's too many skeletons in that province. And Niffle Giants are not going to get it either. It's just going to take masses of troops, enough to overwhelm the skeleton production, or attack real shenanigans, which he can't do. Over here, I could, at this point, take both of these provinces away from Fumoria. However, I want to time that attack along with 6P's attack on Yomi, which I think is happening in 2 turns, because I think what's going to happen is this: he's going to take that province, that province, collapse these 2 armies together into that province, which with potentially some more reinforcements from Pangaea, and then hit Yomi's capital with somewhere around 30 units, the vast majority of which are White Centaurs. He's got 8 White Centaurs there. He's got 7 down here, if I recall correctly. Yeah, 7 there. So that's 15, and then if he can get another 10 or so from here, that should be enough to run right through whatever defense they're trying to set up, and put Yomi under siege, prevent them from recruiting anything, because I doubt they have another fortress up yet. Speaking of other fortresses, I am building one in Boggerwold, starting to build a fortified village, searching for magic sites. Then I'm going to build my my stuff here, Lab and Temple. I'm moving everybody up north to Iron Range, 133, and I've kind of shifted around just in case there is a quote-unquote accidental bump with bird people, or winged horsemen, rather. So we've got these guys are in the back on hold and attack, and then my Sacreds are actually slightly ahead of them, some of them set on guard commander. Because that means that if we get attacked by flyers, we'll have some Sacreds there to chop them up. And that will be super, super helpful. Also, we have a little bit of commander redundancy, so if Haerdalas, for whatever reason, tries to hop over here and assassinate me, he'll fail. I don't think he'll do that. If I had just gone in here and taken this away without negotiating, he probably would have. Incidentally, I have also changed these guys so that they're on guard commander and this group is behind them. This is just to make attack rear very unreliable. Attack rear to snipe commanders is otherwise quite reliable, which is how Haerdalas can expand with parties of like 2 or 3 Wind Riders and a Windlord. Which can allow Arcoscephale to expand very, very rapidly. Last turn we saw their Bless. It's a pretty heavy elf-style Bless. So anyway, so I'm not taking these provinces from Fumoria just yet, because I want to coordinate. I want to hit Yomi's territory and Fomoria's territory at one and the same time. Which means I can wait for about 2 turns. Because I think turn 9 is when 6P is going in. So we're moving Put You on Ice back here. He'll be a little bit more central. Then next turn, he's going to... can he reach the capital, actually? He can. Huh. I'm not actually recruiting any more troops. So this guy, Yakov, is taking just a few Sacreds down south to take Yellow Caves. Yes, it'll be dark, so they'll have a stat penalty, but even with the stat penalty, they should be able to clean up Pale Ones. And that's all they need to do. And Pale Ones are very bad. So even in the darkness, they're still, like, only average troops. They have 8 attack and 10 defense. And these guys in the darkness are going to have 11 attack and 8 defense. Plus, of course, they'll hit harder, and they have the second shape. They won't be able to regenerate. They won't have the Bless. So that will be unfortunate, because I don't have a priest. But I guess I could wait. Could wait and try to recruit a priest. Let me cancel my scouts. I should probably do that. Let me recruit a priest. You just research. I'll have the priest do it. That'll be fine. That'll be a little bit safer. I don't want to lose that, like, embarrassingly, because my bears can't regenerate and they get stabbed to death by pale ones, of all things. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious there, but we're going to take that province. Put you on ice. Yeah, we'll just dart back here a little bit, and then we'll shuffle out. And so then we will take these troops down this way. We'll hit Flemistan, we'll hit Lorborough, and we'll be able to move in on Fomoria. That should be good. Still doing basically no research. We'll hit Conjuration level 1, which will give us not much. Tangle Vines. Level 2 is when we first get our first actual useful stuff. Summon Storm Power, Simargles, Pack of Wolves, potentially. Fire Ants. We can summon Fire Ants with level 2, which actually can be reasonably useful for Rus. And then level 3 is where we start getting the good stuff. So, research plan remains the same. Haven't done any of it yet. Setting up our first fort. All going pretty much according to code. And I'll see you all in turn 8.